Hey everybody with Picks and Parlays, it's me Detroit Lenny with Game Time Decision, and I got all your NHL, all your NBA needs, questions, injury report issues, and there's some, and a whole bunch more. I am going to be joined to talk about the NBA first with expert handicapper from Earl Sports Bets and Picks and Parlays. I'm going to bring in my good friend, everybody loves, Tim Earl. Tim Earl, how you feeling today?
Hey, I'm feeling good. Sorry. What?
That's it, folks. Thanks for stopping by. We're out of here.
I had to.
Oh, Jesus. I don't even know where to begin. Talk to me about the injury report, you damn banana, before you split. Get it? Before you split? Talk to me about the injury report for the NBA.
Yeah. We got a 7-game slate today. Decent amount of injuries. Nothing really big in that Orlando-Toronto game. Pascal Siakam remains out. He hasn't played all year, so that's pretty much a given at this point. In that Indiana-Brooklyn game, Malcom Brogdon will be out tonight with a hamstring injury. He just won't play tonight. We're not sure. He's day-to-day as we go after today. Karis LeVert is questionable for today's game. I bring this one up because this could be his first game of the season that he plays in. So he is questionable. He's normally ruled out at this point, but because he's ruled questionable, he still has a shot to play. Other than that, all the other people in that game should be fine and good to go. A little bit of news from the Charlotte and Miami game. Bam Adebayo is questionable. Earlier in the day, he was probable, moved to questionable, which is telling me he will probably not play tonight. It's not guaranteed. Obviously, keep an eye out. But Bam Adebayo is questionable with the knee injury today. Kyle Lowry, elbow injury is probable for today, so he'll most likely play, which is good to hear for that Miami side. Terry Rozier is questionable for today's game with an ankle injury. He has not played since the first game of the year on the 22nd. So he's ruled out by this time. The fact that he's questionable actually gives a possible chance that he will play tonight. In that Sacramento-New Orleans game, nothing really going on. Zion's still out, but he's going to be out for a while. We already kind of picked up on that one. Over to the Denver game, Dallas at Denver. Nikola Jokic is questionable for tonight's game with that knee injury. He did. It was a left knee something. He is questionable for today's game, which I feel like if he was out, they would probably already ruled him out at this point. So my guess will most likely he will play. Kristaps Porzingis will not suit up for Friday's game against the Nuggets. The Dallas Mavericks are on a back-to-back. So I kind of expected him to not come in for today's game. Going to Denver in the altitude wouldn't be good for him in this case. And then another Boban Marjanovic for that game is probable. He's a backup center, so he's going to play some minutes most likely tonight. In the Portland game, Kawhi Leonard still remains out. Really don't have a timetable on him. Norman Powell will be questionable tonight with a knee injury. We are still waiting on more news from that one. The fact that he is not ruled out yet is only a positive at this point because normally he would be ruled out at this time of the night. Marcus Morris Jr. Sorry, not Monte. Marcus Morris. I typed it wrong, Delaney. It's not your fault. For the Clippers, Marcus Morris is not his brother, but Marcus Morris is senior on the Clippers. He will miss tonight's game with a knee injury, so he will not play against Portland. That's only going to shorten the already short bench for that Clipper team. And finally, as we always like to look at, the two Lakers that are always out. Oh, you fixed the spelling. I typed it up for him.
I just caught it.
LeBron James is questionable tonight with an ankle injury. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't play. Just because they want to be as safe with him as possible. Anthony Davis always has that question mark. So Anthony Q. Davis, he is expected to play tonight with that knee injury. Other than that, everybody else should be good to go for that game. I do think LeBron James, if he can play, he's going to want to play against his former team in the Cleveland Cavaliers. But that is all the NBA injury reports for today. Back to you, Lenny, in the studio.
Thank you, Tim, for that very peeling excitement of a analyst. I don't know where I was going with the banana. It was bad. Whatever. Goodbye, Tim. Goodbye. Now we're gonna talk a little NHL injury report and some goalie updates, and there's some drama in the NHL. We're gonna kick it live to the basement of our studio, and we're gonna bring in Nick Earl. Nick Earl, talk to me about some NBA Florida action, or I'm not NBA, NHL Florida drama.
Yeah, yesterday they announced that head coach Joe Quinnville had been fired from the team due to his role he played in that 2010 Blackhawks incident. We're not going to get into depth onto that.
Right.
All you need to know is Joe Quinnville is no longer behind the bench for the Florida Panthers, which leads me to actually my dog of the day, which will be the Detroit Red Wings at plus 160, plus 165 versus the undefeated Florida Panthers. These Red Wings have looked good so far to start the year. 4-2-1 so far. My bad. He resigned. He wasn't fired. He resigned. Tim's correcting me here.
Yeah.
My bad.
Says you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
John Gruden said he resigned too.
Yeah, exactly. Which brings us to our next injury here. I believe this is for the Carolina and aforementioned Chicago Blackhawks. Antti Ranta is in net for Carolina today, which makes sense. They're on a second half of a back-to-back with Frederik Andersen playing last night, who's looked absolutely amazing so far this year. This will be Antti Ranta's first start in net for these Hurricanes. On the other side, Kevin Lankinen will be the goaltender for the Chicago Blackhawks. This was announced a little bit later in the day, confirming that we will see Marc-Andre Fleury tomorrow for the Red Wings on their second half of a back-to-back. Also, Patrick Kane remains out for these Blackhawks, I noticed as well. Moving on to the next game here, the biggest favorite on the card, these Washington Capitals will be without their starting their top line right winger TJ Oshie. He's not going to be returning for another week or so with a lower body injury for that. But I still think that shouldn't really dictate too much in this game. They are playing the Arizona Coyotes. Don't overthink it. Play the puck line for these Washington Capitals. Moving on here, we have the Ottawa Senators in the last game of the night, or the second last game of the night here. The last game of the night, my bad. The Ottawa Senators without one of their top centers, Colin White, and they will also be without Matt Murray. He's going to be on the IR, which means their starting goaltender tonight will be Philip Gustafsson. They'll be going up against the Dallas Stars and Braden Holtby, who have looked really good so far this year. This is another one of those where it's don't overthink this. The under has hit in all 7 games of the Dallas Stars and has hit in 5 of 6 of the Ottawa Senators games. Under 5.5 is my play for this game. That should just about wrap up these news, injuries, and starting goaltender switches. Back to you in the studio, Mr. Detroit Lenny.
Thank you, sir. We're going to bring them all in here. I'm going to get some real quick, in let's say 30 seconds or less. Tell me about the World Series Game 3, what I need to know, where I should put my money, and Nick will go first.
I'm going to continue to ride at the Astros. I'm going to ride out my future here at plus 550. I would bet the Astros full game money line if I were betting tonight's game, but I'm not betting tonight's game. I'm just going to keep riding with my future.
Tim, same boat?
I'm going to be going over in this game tonight. You're getting Luis Garcia and Ian Anderson. You're getting those third in the order pitchers. I think that the offense was come alive tonight. Luis Garcia has not pitched well in this postseason. 2 out of his 3 postseason starts, he's allowed at least 5 runs. I could see that happening again tonight. And I do think that the Houston Astros will be able to hit against Ian Anderson, who has been having a good postseason, but I'm waiting for this Astros offense to come back alive. They have not really. They came back in Game 2. I think we could see another offensive performance tonight. I'm going to go over the 8.5 for tonight's World Series Game 3.
I like it. Marcos, real quick in the chat. Marcos, first one to hit the like button. Look at you, like a dog, like a big dog. He also says, what's up, guys? Let's cash tonight. Hit the like button. Show some appreciation. Subscribe, share. Do all that stuff. If you haven't already, you should have liked and subscribed to the Earl Brothers YouTube channel and hit notifications for all the free content they put out, which is like a ton. I somehow think that they put out more content than there is actual games. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. I know, you have to run the numbers on that, but they put out a ton, was my thing. Richie P, hit the like button as well, and peeling. That's all. Peeling.
No.
Yeah, I know, Tim. We all know, Tim. That's going to do it for us on Game Time Decision. We will be back on Monday, November 1st at 3 o'clock Pacific Time, 6 o'clock Eastern Time with all your NHL, NBA, injury reports, goalie analysis, all that fun stuff. Until then, everybody have a great and safe, happy holiday weekend, Halloween weekend. Be safe out there. Good luck, everybody. Take care, guys.